Hi everyone and welcome back. A lot of new things in Hero Wars. Not sure if good or bad. So first things, and is what we are going to discuss today, is the Tenebris event, okay, which is what we are having right now, okay, the Super Titan of Darkness. The other two topics that I will not discuss now, but you need to be aware, is the second subset of talismans and something called sets that is going to bring to Hero Wars probably next month or something like this. So very fast related to the second talismans is they are going to start this month. They are going to release the remaining three talisman. I think it's Aiden, Orion, and Isaac. I think the one they are pending, but they are going to release three additional ones. I think one is Heidi and another is Dante. I don't remember the third one. So what is going to happen is, for example, if I go to Dante and I show you my talisman, this is the talisman that Dante has. They will allow you to select between the two talismans you have. So if I get the second round of talismans and I get the second talisman of Dante, doesn't mean that I am going to stack the first and the second talisman. I will choose between the first and the second. So usually for the majority of the cases, the idea is I will change depending on the team I am using or depending on against what I am fighting. So for example, imagine I would like to use Dante Octavia, and in front of me I have Helios. So probably I don't want to have critical chance because I'm going to fight against Helios, and maybe the second talisman is physical attack. This will be the case. I think it's very cool because it doesn't mean or it doesn't force you really to have the second talisman. It's not going to be that much pressure. The only thing is for training, probably you will need to have the same talisman than the hero than the other player is playing with. But I don't think it's that different than not having any talisman at all whatsoever. Okay, so I think it's not that bad. Not ideal because it means you need to again start with the 60,000 emeralds and the 10,000 VIPs to get the two good talismans. So let's see what happens there. But good to know. Second thing is they are going to release something called sets where you get a subset of heroes, then you can increase the main abilities or main stats of the hero. Is something very weird. They have not yet defined this. They said you will not be able to see this. If you have activated or not the boss of these heroes when you are fighting against them. I don't like this because it's good to know, to figure out a little bit, to get a little bit of context what you are fighting. Like when you fight against heroes and they are level 90, for the power of the team, you have an idea that something is off in the team. Or when you fight against hero or teams that they are have dirty heroes, you realize that the power of the team usually is below. There are some clues you can get. There are plays that you can do there, which is mixing dirty heroes or heroes with very low power, but the ultimate faster with glyphs 80 of other heroes, so the team at the end looks like a normal team when it is not. Okay, you can play with this, but this idea that you are able to boost and not getting is weird. Anyways, let's see what they release. And finally, let's focus the important thing, which is Tenebris. Okay, my Tenebris already maxed out in Soulstones, and I have the crown and the seal maxed out, one star. Of course, I don't have ever dust. And then the weapon, I have it as a 3-star. Very important, if you do the whole event, independent of hero way, you do the whole event and you are able, I think you need to spend 12,000 emeralds opening outland chests because you need to open 350 outland chests. You will be able to get the weapon to 3 stars. It's very important because as it happened with any artifact in the game, the HC level gives you higher and higher value. But not only this, the first, second level and third is the one that allow you to have also a percentage or a probability for the weapon to activate. So I think if you go to 1 star, you have like 30% chance that it's going to be activated, the weapon. With 2 stars, you have I think 70% or something like this. And then when you arrive to 3 stars, it's always guaranteed that when the artifact activates, you are going to get the bust or get the bust or whatever. Okay, so this is very important to have it at least 3 stars. So if you do all the tasks, the free tasks plus the 12,000 emeralds opening outland chest with 55% discount, it makes sense. It's not like super crazy. You will be able to move Tenebris to 3 stars. Okay, so if you want more, you need to go 100% to Hero Way. Okay, And then if I don't recall wrong, you need to go to this level, which I believe is 21 or 22. I think it's 22. And then if you arrive to level 22 in Hero Way, you will be able to unlock level 4 of Tenebris. And then you will need to go to, I think is this level here, which is 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay, you will need to go to level 31, which is this one here, to be able to level up Tenebris to weapon artifact to level 5 stars, okay? And then you need to go to the end to be able to get Tenebris level 6 star, the weapon, okay? Like, I think 4 star could be possible. I think going until 4 star is possible, but I believe that it's not going to be possible to arrive at me, at least in my case. Like, if I get the Aidan skin, I will be more than happy. Doing 1, 2, 3 more levels is going to be difficult. I hope next month we're still having these artifacts and you can level up the weapon of Tenebris to level 5 stars, okay? Take this into account. Is very important because if you leave, you are not able to get 3 stars, honestly, like, forget about doing Tenebris. Is not worth it, okay? So saying this, which defense I am using in the brawls, whatever. Defense is this one. I'm using Brustar, Iyari, Solaris, Mort, and Tenebris is my attack and defense team. It works quite well. Okay, to be honest, it works quite well. Have been already testing a couple of teams. My mates have been testing a lot. I will show you this. This is, I believe, Tenebris is 130 max out, and this is only 98. I believe is missing the crown, a little bit in the crown, which is not really very important. And the weapon artifact is only 3 stars instead of 6 stars. Everything else is done. So I went with using my 4 light titans with Mort. For people who is not aware, what I do with my titans, because I don't have dust, is I never do things that they're related with water, earth, or fire titans. So let me show you in other words. If I go to Titans, for example, if you go to Solaris, I have done the weapon and I have done the seal, but I have forget about the crown because only affects water, fire, and earth titan, and these titans you never use anymore in wars because darkness and light is much better. Maybe you see one max titan of water, earth, or fire, and then it's not worth it for me to invest one whole level, so moving from 1 to 120 only for one titan being of this type. Okay, the same for Ammon. I leave the crown there. And if I go to Iyari, for example, this is against defense against water, earth, and fire titans. The reason this is 105 is because I use this in dungeon, but if not, I will not have done. Okay, and if I go to Brewster, sorry, to Mort, exactly the same. I miss this. In that case, I had the weapon and I had the seal 105. I am going to move it this to 110 tomorrow with the. They are going to reduce the cost of spheres to 55% discount. So that's when I am going to 110, and I'm going to leave it to 110 because it ultimates a little bit faster than Ammon, and I use always more with Ammon. And then in this manner, I give the 120,000 of physical attack to Ammon at the same time. So it's very good because that more ultimates before than Ammon. Okay, this is a tricky thing that some people does. I don't think it's exactly 110. I think it's 110 or 108 to sync the teams properly. I will need to check this, but it will be around this level. Okay, so when I do this, and then the same for Rigel, like extra damage to fire, earth, water, titan, and you see only 1 star. This 1 star, but this max out. This is how I do my my light and darkness titan. Okay, so despite you can see it or looks like they are very low level, like this one here. Instead, more than is missing 105 of seal instead of 120. Everything is done that is not related to water, earth, or fire titan. So, for example, against this team, except for the damage and the damage that it does and you can do to Eden, the rest of the team will work exactly the same. Okay, so fighting with my team against this one, it was 4-6, okay, with the version of Eden, and then fighting against not at all max out team here. Okay, you can see the difference between teams. Okay, Tenebris is still very low level, but I got 10-0 with this one. Okay, I had been testing, or my guildmates had been testing, and they had max out accounts. And what looks like is the best team in attack. So this one is the best team in attack is always Illaris Solaris is always there. Okay, then looks like Brewstar is better than Regal. Okay, in tank, like majority of the people thinks like this, and then some people play this. So they place Tenebris with Mort. This is probably one of the best attacks and defense teams right now. That if I need to build, I probably will go with this, to be honest. But I will need to build Tenebris, and then I will need to build Brewstar, which is Brewstar is not expensive because I only need to do the seal. The rest is for water, earth, and fire, and I don't do this. But Tenebris will need to do the weapon and the seal. Okay. Alternatives to this that I have seen so far is the thing of Mort. There are people who has decided to don't play with Mort and they have decided to play with Ammon, something like this. Okay, so you remove Mort and you put Ammon. Okay, this is an alternative. Another alternative is you remove totally Brewster from this equation and then you put here more. So super aggressive team, right? Like for example, for me, this will work because I have everything there except Tenebris. So I will only need to build Tenebris to be able to use this team. This is another team, particularly in defense, that I have been used or I have seen being used. There is also alternatives, which is using this. It does not work that well. Honestly, this team or using more, there is not that much difference. I don't think this team is this current. Honestly, the one you are seeing right now is my team, my current team in defense, but I don't think that it's super strong. I think I make a mistake building Regal instead of Brewster. Anyways, for your awareness, there is another team I have seen being used. But again, if I have all the budget of the world, I will choose this team. Okay. For me, as a current it is, I have this and I have this. What I'm going to be doing, honestly, is I'm going to wait to see what happens with Tenebris. I would like to see because currently all the tests that my guildmates has done is for is having Tenebris 100 the weapon, but 3 stars, not 6 star, and there is a big difference. I think it's like max out is 120k and not max out 3 stars. I think it was 40k or 50k. There is a big difference there because it's almost the double of power. So I think Tenebris is going to be used a lot. So probably what I'm going to do initially is I will finish more tomorrow, what I was mentioned before, 110 more. And then probably I will start working in Tenebris, in the seal, because I don't have the weapon, only 3 stars. And then I will do a little bit of the weapon. But probably this will be the team I will be used in defense until I figure out what is going to happen with the new Wind Titans to say, depending on what they do or what strong they are, I will decide how to move. But probably my next Titan I'm going to be building is Tenebris. Okay, so as I mentioned before, remove Ammon, you have it, put Brewstar, and then this team is very good. I will be doing this for a long time. Okay, and then when Tenebris is building maybe 1.5 months, I will put Tenebris like this. This is what I will do. Okay. Again, all these things have been quite well or well used. I will show you a battle here. Okay. This again, as I mentioned before, almost max out Tenebris. Instead, weapon artifact is only 3 stars because it's almost impossible to have 4 stars. Maybe some people has already 4 stars, but impossible to have 5 stars. Like it's almost level 31 of Hero Way. Okay. And leaving aside if it's okay or not okay to release a Titan and now make it impossible to get the weapon of the Titan, it's quite complicated to test all of this, but anyways. Okay, in this case, for example, in this type of battles, not having done the crowns or not having done the weapon artifact of Iyari, etc., does not make any difference because absolutely, except Eden, the rest are light and dark titans. So this is the reason I am doing this. Is a manner to save a lot of dust. Okay, so take this into account because the teams looks weak because it's like 500 something instead of 600 something. A lot of people say, "Oh, this is easy team," and then they get a surprise because they come with darkness and light titans, and my whole team is maxed out except the things related to water, earth, and fire. And it doesn't have any value with the current meta of using almost the 4 lies, the 3 lies, or the 2 lies with the 3 darkness titan. So anyways, okay. So hope it helps. Let me know like which teams are you using and good luck.